So we're going to talk about water treatment. We just had an interview today with a local radio station here. We talked all about water treatment. Almost everybody at this point will need some kind of water treatment in their home. Every water treatment's a little bit different. We offer multiple options. There are quite a few bacterias, chloramines, fluoride, chlorine if you have city water. They have to put this stuff in the water. The water is stored in steel and iron, pipes and containers, and then pumped to your home. If they didn't treat it, a lot of bacteria and stuff would form and grow. It's kept at outside temperatures. So warm water does produce like Legionnaire disease. There's a lot of bacteria and viruses that can be formed. So that being said, we have a lot of treatment options. Some people have wells. Maybe their water is a little bit better than the local municipality. Maybe it's worse, maybe it's harder. A lot of wells have high iron, high phosphorus. There's a lot of things we can do to treat it, from UV lights that'll sterilize and kill certain bacteria, viruses. We have whole house carbon filters, which take out 97 to 98% of the contaminants, depending on where you live and what the contaminants are. They also take out sediment and debris, which is a huge plus. It'll save all your shower heads, your faucets, and fixtures. And then we get right down to water softeners. Water softeners do not take a lot of these things out. They take out the hardest of your water. They help with iron and lime. So all your fixtures, if you have shower heads or faucets that are starting to show signs of white or green, build up on the ends of them, maybe the water's coming out a little less than it was a couple months ago or a year ago, that's usually a sign of calcium and lime buildup. At that point, a whole house carbon filter will help. It will not fix it. At that point, we would come out, we would test the water, we would tell you what you needed, and we would recommend installing a water softener. You do not get the salt taste in your water. A lot of people are worried about that. The salt is used to clean the resin beads inside of the tank on the discharge cycle. Some people have called and said, hey, we tasted a little bit of salt in our water when we turned it on this morning. There's a fluke chance of when the crossover is happening. If you happen to turn on the water and try to get a glass of water at that precise moment, you might get a little bit of the backwash water come through. It will not hurt you. It is like putting a little bit of salt water in your mouth. We typically set ours to regenerate at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or depending on the homeowner situation, when they're going to be up and moving. We regenerate before that. That way there's very little to no chance of them doing that. So we have multiple options on softener sizes based on how many bathrooms or how many people are going to use it at the same time. We also have an inline salt-free device. I have never personally had one of these in my home. We've been trained on them. They seem to be a pretty great alternative for the people that live in a condo, an apartment, a house where maybe the basement's finished and we don't have access to get the drains and plumbing except for maybe the main. We would install it right above this PRV. You can find this where your water comes into your house. Right above it, we would put this natural soft in. It's a couple different rods that the water travels around, and it pulls all this stuff out. So I'm not sure exactly how effective it is. I know they're claiming it to be as good as a water softener. They're guaranteed for 10 years from the manufacturer. So we have a lot of options. We have multiple canister filters. We have reverse osmosis systems. If you're not worried about the fixtures and stuff in your house or your clothes, your laundry, washing your cars outside, all these softeners will take care of that. Less water spots, less wear and tear. We can install a point of use RO system at the kitchen sink, which goes through the filters, takes out everything. All the contaminants in your water will be removed. Minor trace amounts might escape. It's pretty rare if you stay up on the filter change. That'll give you, we put a dispenser on the sink for drinking water. So this will be the equivalent of drinking basically like a purified water, out of a bottle. So we have a lot of options. There's a lot of research to do. You can actually go to a website. I don't have the website in front of me, but you can punch it in. Just look it up on Google. You can find what's in my water by zip code. Punch in your zip code. It'll tell you what's in your water. Generally, everybody's going to be a little bit different, but they're pretty accurate. We've tested against them. They're pretty accurate for the region. This will tell you, it'll give you a good idea of what kind of water treatments you may need. So do your research on it. Reach out to your local plumbing contractor. Like I said, if you're in our area, St. Louis County, Eureka, we would love to be your plumbing contractor and help you out on this. Our guys do carry digital test gauges. We can tell you on site, we can show you. It will not just be our word. We can actually show you what it brings up in your water. And then we can install whatever system you need, run another test, and then show you how we've changed the water. So please feel free to reach out to us or any trusted local installer and get the answers to your questions that you have, and let's make your water safe.